All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Joey DiBenedetto. I'm the Managing Director of Sales and Growth over at Real Estate Experts. And we are here with our Expert on Fire series. And whoo, do I have an expert who is on fire for you today. So I am sitting here with Ann McKinney, who is probably one of the hardest working women in real estate I have ever met in my life. And I'm so excited to have her tell you a little bit about herself, her background, and why she is finding so much success in these tough markets that we're in. So, Ann, I've had the pleasure of working with you. We worked together at Redfin. I was there for about a year or so as a senior director. And sure enough, you joined Real Estate Experts about a week or 2 weeks before I did. And now we get to work together again. And I actually get to sit in the room and watch the magic that is you. And so, but I want people to know, tell them a little bit about you and your background. What's your story?
Oh, thank you, Joy, for the introduction. Yeah, and it has been great working with you. And I was so glad you came over from Redfin. So a little bit about me. I'm Ann McKinney, and I graduated from Michigan State University and taught physical education at Pontiac Northern High School back in the day. They had this incredible indoor swimming pool with speakers underneath the water. And they didn't have a swim team. So I put together a swim team there and got a diving coach, and we went out and we competed with all the other local schools. We didn't do really great, but it's okay, because my goal was to have the students have an opportunity to be part of a team, learn how to swim, and have some basis of something that was fun, as part of their high school career. Yeah. So I got married, came out to California to find fame and fortune, and I had a 23-year high-tech career. I got out of here, I realized I couldn't afford to be a teacher. What got into semiconductors predominantly. I worked for AMD when I first came out, and then a couple startups, and then the end of my career was with Hewlett Packard. I was laid off in 2004 after HP became Agilent Technologies, and then they were becoming Avago Tech. They're now Broadcom now, but I had been a marketing director of North and South America for them. And so when I got laid off, I thought, okay, so what's next? It takes 3 years to really recreate yourself into something where you can be an expert again. So I thought pharmaceuticals, I thought solar, and then I thought real estate. And I thought, yeah, real estate's that provides what I'm looking for, a career where I can work till I'm 80. And if at 80 I decide to work longer, I can work longer. There's no glass ceiling, which I had bumped up to for many years at HP. And it would give me the flexibility that I wanted in my life. So I started out with Redfin. No, I'm sick that back. Sorry. I started off with Intero. I was with Intero for 13 years, and then Redfin for 3.5. And then I started here at Real Estate Experts August 1st. And I can tell you that the veins of threads that went through my whole career has always been education and also the physical fitness, because I consider myself an athlete. So I have done a half Ironman over in Santa Cruz, where I swam around the wharf, 1.2 miles. And then it was a 56-mile bike ride and 13-mile run. I came in 5th place in my age group. And then I got into some competition with the CrossFit Games. And those were 5-week events, one event every week, worldwide, where you're judged and timed. And I came in 19th in Northern California in my last year competition, and 389th in the world. So
it's safe to say, and you are a competitive lady, no doubt about it.
Yes, competitive. And I really motivate myself to do that.
I am pretty competitive with myself, and I only run when chased. So the fact that you chose to run 13 miles and 56 miles on the bike and a 1.2 mile swim, that is unbelievable. So you've got grit. Like, let's just call it what it is. Like, you have got so much grit, and we're stepping into a market that is tough, that we don't really know what's going to happen next, because sure, we can look at history and see what's happened in the past with recessions and with these sort of interest rates changes, but we don't really know what's next. How are you finding success in the market that for most is really hard?
Yeah, it has really been a challenging market for many realtors. I've sold 5 so far this year, And my goal is 22. And so the way that I kind of look at the market is that whenever you buy a home, you're going to buy a home with a monthly mortgage, and that monthly mortgage will be, part of it will be interest and part of it will be principal. So how much can you afford today? You know, what are you looking for? And how can I help you make a good decision based on what's available in the market? So with low inventory, there is a little bit of a challenge. We just have to wait for something. But my value to my clients is to help get them through the process. Is, you know, when I was at HP, in semiconductors, part of what I did was new product introductions, where I would meet with the R&D engineer for a new semiconductor chip, very complex components, and then I would have to distill that information down into the bits and bytes to educate the sales force and educate our clients on, you know, how to use it, where to use it, you know, how to replace another chip. And I apply that same technique to my real estate career. How do I take this complex process of buying a home and make it easy for a buyer or a seller to understand, to take out the fear and the anxiety that they might experience just because they don't do it on a regular basis? But we do. We sell, that's what we live and breathe every day. So I'm not as concerned about the market so much as making sure that I have the number of conversations I need to on a weekly basis to help as many people as possible to make those decisions. So if I wasn't talking to people, I might have a problem, but I am talking to a lot of people.
You talk to a lot of people, and you mentioned something that actually moves right into my next question for you, which is, you know, you've got this grit and this tenacity and this competition in you. What does your mindset look like right now? What do your daily activities look like right now? How are you attacking every single day to maintain this level of growth that you're experiencing?
Well, we have real estate experts a sheet called the activity tracker. And the activity tracker is a one-page document that has all the activities that I should be doing on a daily basis. And I keep that next to my computer and my phone every day, so I can mark down every phone call that I make, every competitive market analysis that I do, how many people I put into my app called Boomtown or HomeBot, which helps people figure out what their annual equity is on a regular basis, on a weekly basis or monthly basis. I track all my activities, and it's a visual for me. I can quickly look at that and determine, am I on track for achieving my goals? Because I know from having set an annual plan in place, if I'm going to sell so many homes, listings, and so many buyers, how many conversations I need to have on a monthly basis, divided it down into weekly basis, down to daily basis. Am I on track by talking to enough people to achieve my goals? Because it all starts with the conversations.
It all boils down to conversations, and
Right.
you have been religious about your tracking, so much so we've been meeting on Fridays just to go over your tracking, and you've told me that I've made mistakes on your tracking. Like you know your numbers inside and out. You know how many calls you have to make, how many appointments you want to go on, you know how many deals you need to close. Look, let me just be honest. You can't teach someone to operate the way that you choose to operate every day. You can only provide the space, the tools, and the support to allow someone the opportunity to do that. You have taken the tools, the support, and the space, and you've run miles. I mean, honestly, more than 1.2 miles swim, more than a 56-mile bike ride, more than a 13-mile run. You're running at a different level than every other agent. And so I have to imagine that you've had mentors along the way that have helped you. You've had people that have provided you with opportunity, with advice. What's a quote or a piece of advice that you've gotten that has stuck with you throughout these years that you think has helped you to maintain this level of success?
Well, thank you, Joey. I'm a self-driven person, and I'm pretty hard on myself, and I like to challenge myself to achieve success. And I think that because I surround myself with so many successful people, you know, they say that your growth and your status is a compilation of your 5 closest friends. And so I'm like, I have to keep the good ones like you close to me so that I can continue to be elevated by my peers.
I feel the same way about you.
Oh, thanks. But as far as what is the one piece of advice? I would say that when I first started at Intero, we were required to go through a training program called Provisio. I don't believe they have it set up the same way now, but it was a 3-month program where you had to sell 3 homes before you were allowed to go to the sales office, and that you had signed up with. So in one of the first training sessions, the presenter said, don't think of yourself as a salesperson. Don't think of yourself as a used car salesperson. And if you have that image of yourself like that, you need to change it so that you think of yourself as a valued advisor, right? Helping people make one of the biggest investment decisions of their life. And one of the reasons that I felt that Real Estate Experts was the right fit for me is that our byline here is that we help people build wealth through real estate. And to me, that is the valued advisor that I think of myself. I think that people that I work with, are people that should value my expertise and my time, because I'm offering them this incredible service to help them make well-educated decisions based on the tools that we have and the information that we have. And most people that I work with do value me as an individual and value me as a realtor. And so my clients don't look at me as a used salesperson, type of salesperson. So I'm where I need to be, and I feel like I have the self-image that I want to have, and that my persona and my interface with my clients is elevated as well to a valued advisor.
You said something to me earlier today that I want to reiterate, which is, you said, I focused on doing the next right thing. And that really resonated with me. And I hope that it resonates with people who are listening, which is that to eliminate the stigma of the salesperson, that used car salesperson, to have relationships with your clients where you become the advisor. It's a focus on doing the next right thing, not the thing that's right for you.
Right.
And
So that's right. Sorry, Joy.
no, please go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's really about, questioning your motivations. What is motivating you to give somebody advice? And it should always be in their best interest.
Yeah, I've watched you be the sweetest, most kind, generous woman on the phone, and I've watched you be a bulldog in negotiation in the same breath. And I know that the way you show up for your clients, any client who works with you would be honored to have you as their representative, as their expert, as their advisor. And so, Ann, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking time to share your story with us. Thank you for sharing some of your insights and wisdom on how you've gotten to where you are today. I know for a fact that there's not an agent that I'm aware of who works as hard as you do or is more consistent. And it's an absolute honor and a privilege to get to work alongside you. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Joe. I feel the same way. I'm really glad we're all part of the same company. And when it comes to coaching, I have Joey as my coach. So I feel really honored to be part of your organization.
The pleasure's all mine. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thanks.